Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really cool project that literally turns everyday trash into fresh, delicious food. We're going to show you how to take a few simple plastic bottles and build an amazing vertical garden, which is just perfect for a balcony or, any small space.
I mean, it's such a fantastic idea, right? This isn't just about recycling, it's about upcycling. You're taking something that would have been thrown away and turning it into this living, productive 3-story garden that hangs vertically and saves a ton of space. It's a total transformation.
So let's get really specific for a second. Just imagine turning those old soda bottles into your very own supply of fresh organic strawberries. Think about the money you'd save. But even more than that, think about the incredible taste of a strawberry that you just picked moments ago. That's really what this project is all about.
Okay, so where do we even begin? Well, first things first, let's gather up our gear. And honestly, the best part is you probably have most of this stuff at home already. This whole project is really about using what you've already got.
So here's the checklist. You're going to want to grab about 9 to 12 large plastic bottles. The 1.5 or 2-liter ones work perfectly. Then you'll need some strong rope, a pair of scissors, and something to make holes with. And to finish it off, some good potting soil, your actual strawberry plants, and a handful of small pebbles for drainage. That's pretty much it.
And I'm serious here, you do not need a professional workshop for this. A simple craft knife or even a nail heated up over a flame will work just fine for making all the holes. The whole thing is designed to be super easy and totally beginner-friendly.
All right, we've got all our gear, so let's get to building. This is where the magic really starts to happen, as we turn this pile of bottles into a real, functional garden tower.
The whole process breaks down into just 3 simple steps. First, you'll prep the bottles by cutting openings for the plants. Second, you'll add some smaller holes at the bottom for drainage. And finally, you just thread the rope through all the bottles to assemble the tower. It's a really logical process that comes together surprisingly fast.
So, our tower is built. Now it's time for the most exciting part, bringing this whole thing to life. We're about to turn this plastic structure into a real, thriving garden.
And just like the build, planting is also a simple 3-step deal. You're going to start by adding a layer of pebbles at the bottom for drainage. This is super important to keep the roots healthy so they don't get waterlogged. Next, fill each bottle up with some good, rich potting soil. And finally, you gently place your strawberry plants right into their new homes. Once everything's planted, taking care of it is pretty simple. Just make sure your garden gets plenty of sunlight. You might want to add a little fertilizer every now and then to keep the soil full of nutrients. And of course, just keep an eye out for any common pests. The source material even mentions that you can set this up as a self-watering system to make things even easier.
And after all that building and planting, we finally get to the absolute best part, the reward. It is time to literally enjoy the fruits of your labor. And check this out. The productivity is just amazing. From just a handful of recycled bottles, you can seriously expect to harvest over 30, maybe even more than 60 fresh strawberries. That is an absolutely incredible return for such a low-cost, small-space garden. So at the end of the day, this project gives you a continuous supply of delicious, organic fruit. And let me tell you, there is absolutely nothing that compares to the taste of a sun-ripened strawberry that you grew yourself, picked just moments before you pop it in your mouth. And that really leaves us with one final thought. This project proves that what we think of as waste can become something truly wonderful. It completely changes how you see a simple plastic bottle. So if bottles can become a garden, what will you transform next?